Welcome back to Watertown365. We have the cutting-edge, exciting, action-packed small town news that you are waiting for. We include in that list that there is a medical center eyed for Washington Summit Complex. We include in that list the Republican nominee for sheriff, Kristopher M. Spencer. We have information about Court Street bridge repairs. This is edge of your seat stuff, or maybe edge of your bridge, if maybe that's a thing. We have information about bus driver training and so much more. So let's start with that list, the most exciting, riveting, newsworthy information in that list, which is this bus driver training program. So this is a partnership between the good old JCC, Jefferson Community College, and the ARC Jefferson St. Lawrence. They provided free Class B commercial driver's license training to prepare public transit drivers in 2 weeks, and they helped to fill a workforce need in the North Country. So this was 65 hours of training with JCC, and then the participants started the behind the wheel training, which gave them 90 days to prepare for a road test and get their Class B CDL commercial driver's license. And with this Class B driver's license, a driver may operate a commercial truck or large bus that weighs more than 26,000 pounds. And to make it even better, to sweeten the pot, they are offering sign-on bonuses totaling $1,050 to participants who successfully complete all required training and onboard for employment. So those who are interested can go to sunyjefferson.edu/community. And then I believe, I don't know where to find the bus driver training from that point, right? From there, we have this list, employer-driven skills training, but how do you find the bus training? I'm not sure. Custom workforce training for employees. So I'm honestly not sure. So if we search like bus driver, CDL, I'm doing some sleuthing along with you. So we go here. Okay, yeah, workforce training. So how the heck do you find it? Employer-driven skills training, professional growth and technology training. There's the Class A. So I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure where to go and find out about this custom workforce training for employers. So maybe I'm just looking in the wrong place, but I thought that if you go to sunyjefferson.edu/community, not sure at all. And this is called, yeah, I'm honestly not sure. I'm honestly stumped about when you go to sunyjefferson.edu/community, then where would you go from that point? I'm honestly not sure. But anyway, I guess this is a situation where you would then find a way to contact them, because maybe it's not the easiest thing, but I thought that the bus driver training and the application would just be right there. My mistake. So anyway, hopefully you forgive me for a little bit of a snafu, but moving on to something that is not a snafu is fixing up a bridge, because what you definitely don't want is for a bridge to go down. So we are talking specifically about the Court Street Bridge, which was built 29 years ago by Tioga Construction in 1993. And to make it even better, the foreman from the original 1993 Court Street project, whose name is Thomas Moorer, is the foreman then and is the foreman now. He's an engineer in the city engineering office. And we've mentioned this before, and as many of these projects go, some of these are years in the making. So this is a $7 million project which will rehabilitate the bridge and milling and repaving the section of Coffeen Street from Massey Street to the city limits, and a section of Massey Street from Clinton Street to the bridge. The current bridge replaced the original concrete structure in 1993. It will be the first time that the deck will be repaved since this bridge was built. The project should be completed at the end of next year. So there is a group of community and business leaders called Advantage Watertown, and they meet monthly to talk about city issues. and they are also making about 80 ramps as part of the project footprint, compliant with the Americans with Disabilities Act. And there's so much more to know. There's a $3.6 million streetscape project. There is installation of sidewalks and curbing nearly complete, construction on Franklin Street, widening sidewalks, enhancing crosswalks, improving lighting, and planting new trees. The work along Court Street includes reverse-angled parking. Lacanauer Plaza at Court Street and Public Square is also getting a complete makeover. This is a $3.6 million project that is designed and meant, and its goal is to increase pedestrian comfort and safety and create a more walkable environment downtown, acting as a catalyst for increased commercial activity and furthering the revitalization of downtown. Court Street improvements are just the beginning, but CCI Construction Canastota should be doing more work there soon. The streetscape project is slated to be finished in June, so that is our segment where we say, what the heck is all this construction all about? On the bridge, on the sidewalks, what on earth is happening? Well, they're just making it bigger and better and nice and shiny and brand new and accessible and not crumbling and kept up just for you, the citizens and visitors to the town and city of Watertown. So, speaking of the general area, let's talk about the undersheriff of Jefferson County. So we have Peter R. Barnett, who is the Republican nominee for sheriff, and he has named Kristopher Spencer as his undersheriff. So here's some, what do they call it, palace intrigue, some political drama. Peter Barnett won the primary election in June, and he will not face any opposition from the Democratic Party, which makes him basically guaranteed to be the future sheriff of Jefferson County. So his term as sheriff and that of his undersheriff will begin on January 1st. And so this person, Kristopher Spencer, he has been a lifelong resident of Jefferson County. He began as a corrections officer with the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office in 1994. He reached the rank of lieutenant in 2001, retired in 2019, and Mr. Spencer served with distinction for nearly 26 years, which resulted in him receiving numerous letters of accommodation, becoming a certified master instructor in 2001, as well as becoming the Jefferson County Correctional Facility Administrator in 2011. And he was responsible for all of the operations at the county jail in Watertown. He was involved in the hiring and training of civilian employees as well as corrections officers. He was responsible for budget planning and working with Jefferson County heads and various county administration staff members. He has taught at basic academies throughout New York and various agencies and has specialized areas of training such as suicide prevention, staff supervision for correctional professionals, and incarcerated individual classification. So, there is your taste of some local small town politics. Let's get into back to the local small town construction. So we went from the street construction to the sheriff political happenings to now building construction. So we're just working our way up in the ladder of significance, you could call it. Michael Lundy is a developer who plans to build a nearly 30,000 square foot medical center at Washington Summit. This is going to be a $10 to $12 million facility. It would house a large common lobby that has access to an array of small clinics that offer hearing, eyesight, mental health, and other medical services to its patients. This will be a one-story building built into a hill and feature a terraced concept incorporating 2 large retaining walls on the 6-acre site. The project is in the pre-design stage. They hope to start construction with some site work in November and be completed next year. This medical center is one of a series of changes that we have in store, or he has in store for Washington Summit. Mr. Lundy intends to build a connector road for Summit Boulevard in the medical office complex that currently ends at the entrance to Samaritan Summit Village. Mr. Lundy will soon dismantle the old AAA building and relocate the structure in another section of Washington Summit. He's also planning to build a 2,000 square foot office and maintenance building at the medical complex. He also received approval on Thursday from the town planning board to construct a pair of 30,000 square foot manufacturing facilities in the Jefferson County Corporate Park. So there's just all sorts of things happening. They delayed plans to erect a 12,000 square foot building in the Thousand Islands International Agriculture and Business Park. And they needed to make some modifications. So I guess that's good, right? They don't just let any old builder do any old plans. If there's something not right with the plans, go back and fix it. But that adds many months more of delays. So if you're wondering again, what's the deal with the hospital construction, the old AAA building, the sidewalks, the bridges? Well, you heard it all here on Watertown365. And let's begin to ramp up and wind down by telling you about Perry Optical. Let me pull up the website, Perry Optical NY. When you feel some pain in your eyes and you can't see clearly, then you need to pay your eye doctor a visit. Wondering where to find quality eye care service in Jefferson County? Perry Optical team has been helping the North Country see better for more than 30 years. Perry Optical is catering to families and individuals specializing in patients with special needs and clients who may be hard to fit for glasses or contacts. That is Perry Optical Vision Center 2 at 1125 Arsenal Street, Watertown, New York, 315-786-0133. And if that's a lot of numbers and words, just remember perryopticalny.com. You go to the website, you find their hours of operation, address, phone number, email address, services, doctors, new patient form. It's all there. It's at perryopticalny.com. And while we're giving you some websites, check out Sackett's Harbor Ballroom. We can go to Sackett's Harbor Ballroom, sackettsharborballroom.com, remodeled and refurbished in 2018. The Sackett's Harbor Ballroom event venue provides you with a marvelous atmosphere to hold your event, whether it be a wedding, reception, meeting, educational event, family celebration, or Christmas party. Sackett's Harbor offers a unique, clean, accessible, and affordable facility to hold your public or private event. They are your one-stop destination for any event requirement. That is Sackett's Harbor Ballroom, 103 West Main Street, Sackett's Harbor, New York, 315-646-7145. But sackettsharborballroom.com is the place where you can find their phone number, their photos, their location, their email address, and even some links to social media. So we can go there, and as we say when we mention these local businesses, even if you don't think you will have a need for them right away, just go and click on the like or the following button. That way they can be on your radar, because you never know if you need an event space later on, even for like work or something, or like, birthday or something like that. And at least they'll be on your radar, and you might even want to recommend them to a friend for like their wedding or something like that. So Sackett's Harbor Ballroom, and you can scroll through and you can see some of the events that they have. For example, last month they had live band, karaoke, and trivia night. They had kids book readings, readings for adults, kids coloring corner, book signings by local authors, poetry reading. There was a emergency squad. Looks like it's comedy. So this is what you're missing out on by not having Sackett's Harbor Ballroom on your radar. And speaking of things that should be on your radar, Watertown365.com. This is our website where we give you the latest and greatest on even stories that we did not have time to get into, such as a young Amazon driver hailed as a hero for rescuing a family from a burning home. Now, why didn't we mention this on this week's podcast? Because this happened over in Long Island, but sometimes you want to check out those kind of out of area stories because they're kind of interesting, right? So speaking of interesting stories, the Watertown and Ogdensburg airports were awarded $46 million from the state for terminal expansions. There's also news about the world's first non-polluting ferry setting sail in Marseille, France. Not local news, but very interesting, right? There is information about how, well, let's see what else there was. About National Grid, about limestone blocks, and so much more. And then while you're there, you can also click on, let me move myself out of the way there, on the right side, there's a little Facebook section on the sidebar. And you can click on that, and that will take you to our Facebook page at facebook.com/Watertown365, where you can see that there is news about corgis were dressed in royal attire. There is information about, usually there's like a special day, National Chocolate Milkshake Day. That's what you missed out on. Or National Make Your Bed Day. Or even National TV Dinner Day. How much fun is that? And they got hooked on laziness and the conveniences and more sickness than any other country. You heard it directly from brave citizen Ava Miller at the Watertown365 Facebook page. You can get insights like this and more. A 50-year bridge replaced the great-looking bridge. It looks like Tom Morgia is not all that happy about the Court Street repairs. He says, what about my old bridge? Even if they're fixing it up, even if it's crumbling, why not just make it look like the old one? Why do you have to have new designs? So these are the opinions that you can mix in and agree or disagree, but you won't be able to do any of that unless you go right now to facebook.com/Watertown365. Maybe you're already here watching our video, but either way, we want you to like this page. So go to the top, and there is a, if you've already liked it, there's a like button. If not, it'll just say you need to like this page. So click on that, and you can get our latest updates. Watertown365.com is the website as well, and that is where we are just keeping up to date with you every week and giving you some of these news stories that might have slipped through the cracks, especially when it comes to like buildings and constructions and things that maybe only affect your part of town. You say, what's that construction? Well, now you know because you heard it here at Watertown365. So we have kept you up to date. We'll keep you up to date next week. Watertown365.com. We'll see you very soon, and bye for now.